happening, y'all, and welcome. This is episode 97. For real this time, actually 97, not 97 by mistake because Mara told me the wrong number. Episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, the self-knighted Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T-Money, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC. And I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Mara, the Shark Watkins.
Better lighting. Aha!
Yeah, those of you who are actually, watching the video version, you probably notice you can see Mara a lot better right now. We kind of fixed the lighting issue, or she fixed the lighting issue.
Just moving one lamp. What if I had done this months ago?
Man, who knows? Who knows? We could be millionaires right now.
Well, now we'll never know. Well, maybe we'll know.
All because you took too long to move a lamp.
Well, we'll find out in 2 months if it would take us 2 months to become millionaires.
No, it's always a timing thing, though, because maybe if it had happened 2 months ago, it would work, but now it won't work because it's too late.
Well, maybe we'll just be thousandaires, which I'm also good with.
I'm never satisfied, Mara.
I know, but I mean, I'd rather be a thousandaire than a singulaire.
Well, yeah, that's that serious struggle bus right there.
Mm-hmm. That's that New York life.
Anyway, We're not here to talk about our financial woes. We are here to discuss the Arrowverse on the CW. That'd be Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman. Why do I always forget Batwoman? That one too. I like Batwoman. Don't get me wrong. I just keep forgetting to say it. Don't at me. Or at me. You know what? Yeah, go ahead. At me. I ain't scared. Bring it. I'll take all the smoke.
And here will come the whole Pride community.
I can't hear you.
I said the whole community gonna come for you.
That's entirely possible, but I'm okay with that.
All right, as long as you're aware and you're okay.
So anyway, since we're here to talk about these shows, let's talk about these shows. So where would you like to start?
We can start with Arrow.
All right. This episode was called what?
Please no one at me, because just know that Russian is not my native language. I'm going to assume that says Prochnost. Prochnost.
Oh, yeah, the name they call him.
Prochnost.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Hood.
No, that's Capuchon.
Oh, well, shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want no one inboxing me oh, you fucked up that Russian name. I'm just bruh.
Do it.
I don't speak Russian.
Do it.
Prochnost. That's all I can assume it is.
I want y'all all up in her mentions, telling her how she fucking up.
Whatever.
Add me in that too so I can see it, though.
They won't.
See, now she think y'all scared of her.
No, that's not what I said.
Do it.
That's not what I said.
She think y'all scared.
That's not what I said.
She said y'all don't want that smoke, so y'all won't do it. Do it. Do it.
Nobody wants
now.
to smoke. Nobody wants to smoke.
Anyway.
I fight on the internet.
Yeah, she real tough with them. How many characters we get on Twitter now?
Isn't it 240 or something like that now?
Yeah,
or
she real tough with them 240 characters. Anyway, back to this episode. It kicks off Oliver and Mia doing some training. He's showing her what is, she thinks she bad, but yo, shoot these tennis balls, though. You ain't bad unless you can hit these tennis balls because you got to be precise and shit. So they go through a whole lot of training. He shows her the different arrows and all that other stuff. Fun training montage.
And it was nice to see them doing it together.
Yeah. Good father-daughter time that they never got before. We see they're like, all right, we got to go to Russia to get this little schematics and shit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Mia, William, you come with me. John, you go and get the plutonium because they need plutonium because that's the thing. I guess Laurel's going too. They didn't even mention that, I don't think, until she just showed up. I'm like, oh, I guess Laurel's going too.
Laurel's all over the place. It's because I still want to know what is his name? What the Monitor wants her to do to betray Oliver.
Well, they
And
just
then
told
also,
her. They told her at the beginning of this episode.
I must have missed that for a second.
Yeah, she was supposed to stop him from getting those plans and steal them and give them to Lila.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second. I know I kept getting up during this episode because I hated this episode, but
why did you hate this episode?
I don't know. It felt. I know, like, part of it was like necessary, but it also felt unnecessary.
I don't know. The whole thing with this episode, Oliver was getting on my nerves mostly because he was doing the same thing he always does.
Yeah, okay. So it felt like just like an old episode, but with but now his kids are there.
Yeah, like you gotta, stop. Or I gotta protect them, or I gotta keep them away from this. And you've been doing that for how many seasons, and it doesn't work. So stop doing that.
Any of those times, like, why do you think it would work now? And then because Mia is just as stubborn and pig-headed as he is, it's like watching Oliver argue with himself.
Yeah.
Oops.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So then we see John needs a little bit of help, so he goes and gets Roy. Like, hey, what up, Roy? So we get Roy back. There's really not much else to say about that other than like, you need to be with people who care about you. You need to be with the team to get your bloodlust under control. Boom. All right.
Right? That's all we need to do.
Yeah.
It's also good that the kids came back and told him that's where they found him.
Yeah, yeah. So we go to Russia. Brought for dude again.
Anatoly.
Yeah, that nigga. They got to go to this fight club thing. Oliver wins the fight, of course. Some shit goes down. Yada yada yada. Trust the kids. Blah 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 blah. They get the shit. I don't know. Like you said, it probably was it was unnecessary. It was a very long route to get where they ended up,
Yeah.
But we got some father-daughter fight club shit going on, so that was fun to see.
Yeah, that was a good time, but it was just kind of like.
But we get to the end, and Laurel didn't give him up. She didn't take the plans and shit. She was like, "Yo, you need to tell everybody the truth," and Lila was like, "Oh, I can't do that." So then Laurel.
And then because she don't do it, so I assume Lila also got the same deal. You have to betray them or something like that.
No, it's probably more than that with Lila. He probably presented her with something different because, probably presented it with that as a part of it, but I don't think that was the main thing.
Oh, but you get what I'm saying. Because Laurel didn't do it, so I mean, someone still had to do something.
What do you mean?
Because then Lila tased them all, or whatever, drugged them, or whatever she did.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what's that to do with Laurel. Because
I'm saying Laurel didn't do what she was told to do. She didn't betray Oliver.
Well, yeah, she didn't stop them from getting the plans. That was the whole thing. The Monitor just didn't want them to get those plans so they could attack him. So yeah, that was the basis of that. That's why I was confused as to why you were talking about she has to betray them. Then it's like, no, they just can't get those plans.
He was like, nah, son, not today.
Yeah, so they so you're like, yo, she snitched. She told Oliver and John, they're like, yo, what the fuck's going on? And with a little knockout, your little karate darts in the neck and shit. And down they go. And apparently next week is some weird hallucination shit going on, so we'll see.
Yes. Because I was like, Lila, what?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we knew she was part of it, but we just don't know.
But now I want to know to what extent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it with Arrow, because I don't really give a shit. I said that's it with Arrow, because I didn't really give a shit about this episode.
Mm-hmm. Where do you want to go next?
Let's go to The Flash.
So you didn't give a shit about Arrow. I didn't give a shit about Flash.
I also didn't give a shit about Flash either.
Because
it was a filler episode.
This was clearly filler. Yes, this was one of those when we're just like, okay, we got to put another episode out. Not gonna.
Someone should have been like, no, we don't.
Yeah, we'll do 21 episodes this time. Like, we don't have to do 22. We'll just not do this one. Only thing we really got out of this is the whole thing with Nash claiming that the Monitor is a fraud, which is interesting. We'll see what happens with that, because if that's the case, then Barry doesn't have to die.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all know this show's not ending. We know Barry's not going to actually die.
We don't know that. We just know the show's not ending.
Can't have a show called The Flash without The Flash.
People die in comic books all the time, Mara.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
And there's been plenty of Flash comic books after Barry Allen died.
What I'm saying is, I mean, like, even if he was to die, we all know he wouldn't be gone.
There's been plenty of Flash comic books after Barry Allen died without Barry Allen in them. What I'm saying is, we don't know that. That's all I'm saying. You're assuming.
I'm setting myself up to not be surprised.
Or setting yourself up to be horribly disappointed and hurt.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Just know.
I expect bare minimum from shows now. Ever since Game of Thrones ended, just bare minimum. I have no expectations of change anymore. No, I will not get. At least not until this spinoff starts.
But like, that was the problem. The Game of Thrones did change, and that was your problem.
It didn't change. They went right back to square one. I'd have to explain it in another video, but let's keep going. Wow, I sound like Matt. Gross.
Anyway. So he's like, yo, I need this one artifact to get through this door because you can't phase through it, Barry. So in the process, the YouTube dude wakes up. What's his name?
Chester.
Yeah, that nigga.
It took me 30 minutes to realize his name was Chester.
It took me until just now to know what his name was. So there you go. So he wakes up while Barry and Dibney are doing this spy thing. This whole episode, I was wondering why they were doing this shit. It has something to do with that case Dibney was working on that I don't give a shit about.
Yeah, that's still not really fully finished.
Yeah. So there's that. So Nash needs a UV emitter, realizes that Allegra is what he needs.
I forgot all about her and her cousin. Because when she showed up, I was like, who is this?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the little fight earlier. Well, later on when she showed up with the little mask, I'm like, who's this ninja chick? And I'm like, oh, right, that's that other one.
Right. I was like, I recognize her, but I was like, I can't put my finger on where I've seen her before.
Yeah. So also in the meantime, Cecile is trying to help Chester because she was like, I need to help you out because I'm feeling so unfulfilled in myself, and she's all out of whack. Her powers ain't working straight, so she fucks him up trying to get with this girl. Yeah, back, Barry and Dimney trying to stop this Bond villain who has this super big missile thing and who gives a shit.
Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
Blah, 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 blah. Barry ends up getting the Medal of Honor, and they end up honoring Dimney as another protector, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? End of that. Then at the end of this
what stood out
episode,
to me?
What stood out?
When Dimney was giving his speech before they presented Barry with the medal, and he was saying, like, I'll protect the city till my last dying breath, and the way they paused and emphasized that, and then at the end, when the doctor dude shows up, you get what I'm going here?
No.
Kind of almost like saying, I'm gonna protect the city to my last dying breath, but they make it such a significant sentence out of it, and then it's like, oh man, what are you gonna do? Like normally in other shows that'd be foretelling. I'm not saying that they will. I'm just saying, like, in any other kind of universe, that would be foretelling that Dimney would probably would not survive.
Maybe. Perhaps.
And then what's his face shows up, and to be honest, I forgot all about him.
Yeah. So he's there now. He has Dimney. The end. What next?
It's the better content of the week. Never thought I'd say that.
Next week is the one like leading into the crossover, right? So
yes. So let's just go in order then. We can start with Batwoman. Oh, and the name of the Flash episode was, I just saw it, License to Elongate.
Giggity.
Like License to Kill.
Mm-hmm.
The popular James Bond movie.
Giggity. James Bond did a lot of elongating also.
It's official. They officially announced that he is, after this next James Bond, he's out Daniel Craig.
I haven't seen one since Casino Royale, so I don't even care.
Oh, I like the ones with Daniel Craig in them.
I like the one before him. I forgot his name already. He was in Die Another Day because that was my favorite.
Yeah.
The fuck is his name?
God, nah, it's gonna fuck with me. And he's so Jesus.
I don't know. Whatever. British nigga. Anyway, Batwoman. Name of the episode.
Tell me the truth.
So this episode kicks off.
Pierce Bronson.
Okay. So it kicks off with Batwoman stopping this sniper from killing some Asian dude in a restaurant. They call him the Rifle. And
I was like, who the fuck is that?
So she stops the dude, and in the meantime, like after pursuing him, she runs into Sophie. They have a little exchange. She's like, blah, 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 blah. Meet me here, la, 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 la. She takes off. So,
talk to me.
I want to talk about the stepsister for a second because she's annoying the fuck out of me.
Mary, I also have another question about Mary. Is she?
Yes, there is something about Mary.
Is she Kate's father's daughter too, or does she have a separate father?
No.
Okay.
So I believe they have completely separate. Like he's her stepdaughter. She's his stepdaughter.
Okay. Because she calls him dad. That's why I was curious.
She was probably really young when they got married. So.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not. I'm not saying that's another scenario. I thought. I just figured I would ask.
Because she's definitely younger than Kate, like way younger.
Yeah, she's still in school. Like at this point, Kate's in like practically her 30s.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. So yeah, I don't think that's his kid.
Okay.
That's why, in this situation, she was with the mother, because if not, I'm sure she would have sided with the father, But so yeah, she's not happy. She's annoying the fuck out of me this whole time because I'm just like, yo, chill.
I think she just wants to belong somewhere.
My thing is everybody's beef is with the mama, not with her. Like,
Right.
so I need her to chill out. Like, you didn't do anything. Your mama over there.
Right. But I also feel like, because once they get divorced, it's like, what other purpose would it be for Kate and her to stay in contact? Like, not like in that cold sense. Like, I'm not saying that Kate's thinking like that, but I think that's how Mary's thinking of it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I can see it. It's dumb, but I can see it. It's like, yo, they cool now, so, So there's another assassination attempt on the Asian dude, and Batwoman tries to stop it, but in the middle of that, Alfred's kid shows up because, why not?
But then I was just like, that part was so stupid, because it was like, why all of a sudden would you start shoot, I lost my whole train of thought. Start fighting instead of securing him, because all that fighting did just gave him a chance to go away somewhere.
Mm-hmm. But they needed that moment when they fought for her to figure out that Batwoman was Kate. So that was the whole purpose of that. Plot purposes. You know how that goes. So then soon afterwards, we find out that not only is, Alfred's kid in town, but the rifle was actually working for Alice. And she wanted him to kill off everybody that was involved with that super gun so that it was completely rare, which is what she's saying.
Pretty much. Like, so now no one can ever make it, can never fix it, can't duplicate it. That's just it.
Yeah. So then we find out that Kate and Julia, Alfred's kid, apparently they used to fuck.
I was gonna say they had a thing, but all right.
Yeah, man, they was bumping uglies. So that was a thing. Then we get a flashback to Sophie and Kate when they're in middle school. Not middle school, military school. Man.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, man, they go all the way back to the 6th grade, all right?
No wonder they're so close.
Yeah. No. But military school, man. I'm
not made for that life.
What, military academy?
Yep.
Why you say that?
I know I'm not made for that life.
So yeah, that was just them being all close and shit. And they were like talking about that little thing they got to sign and all that. In the present day, they meet for dinner, and the owner of the restaurant wants them to leave. Clearly because, they're like apparently a gay couple in the restaurant, and Kate's like, fuck that shit. Why you want me to leave? Like, you have on tennis shoes. That dude got on tennis shoes. Why ain't he got to leave? She just wasn't having it.
As she shouldn't. Homophobia is disgusting.
Yeah, and Sophie was in it like, hey, let's just in Kate's like, no, fuck that.
You know what else is disgusting? Self-hatred, but sometimes you can't help it, but come on.
Yeah. So we like, oh, can we just leave her in that case? Like, nah, bro, fuck that shit. I'm gonna tell my stepsister she gonna shut this place down.
The fuck down. That's what she needed to say, was like, yeah, she'll get this place shut down. Shut the fuck down.
Down.
Nothing. I have to watch my mouth, apparently.
Setting bad examples for the children.
I know. Every time I say the F word now, she's like, what? Oh, now I have to think about it. That's just hilarious.
Oh, man. How old is she now? 8?
3.
Same thing. So, like, yeah, you can't say fuck in front of the 8-year-old. It's just, they'll repeat it. So remember that.
Well, she doesn't repeat it. She just goes, "What?" Like
Yeah, because she
when
didn't hear you clearly.
say,
But once she starts hearing you clearly,
"Oh."
she's gonna go into school and tell somebody to sit the fuck down. Be like, Ms. Watkins,
We need to have a conversation.
today Luna told another little girl that she needed to sit the fuck down. And imagine Mara like, well, did she need to sit the fuck down?
Did she sit down?
I mean, like, was she right? Anyway.
Yeah, because I only tell her that if she really needs to sit the fuck down. Like,
So then we find out, though, that it was Kate's father that basically convinced Sophie to lie on the little thing and, basically leave Kate hanging, which is pretty fucked up if you ask me. But, on the other hand, like he was probably looking out for her. But still,
I just want Sophie to just leave Kate alone. Just leave her alone.
Well, I mean, you pretty much about to get your wish at the end of this episode. So,
I know. Because I literally was like, keep the fuck your distance, Soph. Like, please, for the love of God.
I mean, it's just as much Kate pursuing it as she is, though,
I know.
I mean, Kate's the one that invited her to dinner.
Whatever.
I mean, am I wrong?
You're not, but whatever. But Soph always keeps, like, purposely inserting herself into things because she knows they cross Kate's path and shit. Like
what?
Like with the bodyguarding Mary and all that shit, and pursuing Batwoman and all. Like, it's like these are things she knows are all associated with
bodyguard and Mary thing. That wasn't her. That was the pops that did that.
No, she asked for that. She asked specifically for a special case. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like he was like, "Hey, Soph, I have this special task for you." No, she asked about that task for a special task, and then after that task, she asked to be specially put on finding out who Batwoman was. I was like, because at this point, she already assumed that Kate was Batwoman, and she's just trying to do all this shit to keep tabs on her. So back to my point of Sophie, sit the fuck down. I'm sorry. But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Thank you.
Which leads us to this part where Sophie starts snitching. And
right. Can't fucking trust her.
She goes and tells Papa Kane that Kate is Batwoman. Watch your fucking mouth. And so he's like, oh shit, we got to stop this dude with the super gun. And yeah. So they got this device from Argus, the Crows do, that can track the super gun because of the radiation or some shit. Little crossover there, Argus.
Right?
Yeah. Little casual.
That ain't subtle.
Yeah, they casually threw that in there. Like, oh, you talked to Lila? Because, she had to approve that. Why aren't they talking about the crisis, by the way? Because it affects them too.
No one's approached them yet. But have we gotten to the point where Kate was Batwoman long enough where they would have come to her for help?
I forgot where they said it is, but I think we hit that point already. Like, I think I remember them speaking about them hitting that point.
Okay.
I think we have. I'm not positive. Let us know in the comments if we hit that point already. Like, they said it.
Okay.
Like, I remember them mentioning it, but I don't remember if it's here or a couple episodes ago. Let me know.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just like, I know when the show starts, honestly, like it's before all of that, but I was wondering when we would have hit that. So I don't know. Maybe in a week or so we find out.
Yeah. So anyway,
maybe they just show up in Gotham again like they did last time.
But yeah, so in order to confuse Sophie and get her off the trail, they put Julia in the Batwoman suit. And honestly, who didn't see this coming?
I didn't, because at first I was like, yo, who did they just shoot? Because
Oh,
at
when this
first
whole
I
thing
was,
happened, because they set it up so obviously at the beginning, like, you're using the same moves I taught you, blah 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 blah. So obviously she moves like Batwoman. And you look at them, oh, they're about the same size. Oh, they need to confuse her so she doesn't think this is Batwoman. They need to be in the same place at the same time. Now, clearly they're gonna put Julie in the bat suit. Maybe it's just me, but like that was just like clearly we're gonna do.
I don't know. I just don't think I was thinking about it, because it wasn't until like right before the commercial when like whoever it was, when the rifle shot her, I was like so confused. I was like, wait, is this Mouse's doing? Like, is Mouse wearing Kate's face, or is he wearing someone else's face? I was so confused. And then they shot her. I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Who just shot who? And then afterwards I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. This is really Kate. That was Julia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially since Batwoman wears a wig. It was just like, I just clearly they were gonna,
And then
did the same thing.
I was like, but then I was like, wait, how is she alive? From the gun. New dog, old tricks.
Yeah, they did the same thing. Oliver and Roy did it.
I remember that.
Yeah, same thing.
I remember Quentin getting so upset. I remember him bringing that up because he was hella tight about that.
Mm-hmm. Or like Supergirl and Jean, they did it too. Same shit.
Nessa and Anissa and Grace.
Yeah, same shit. Old tricks.
Just new doggies.
Mm-hmm. They always fall for it. The old switcheroo. So yeah, Julie gets shot with that super gun, but it doesn't kill her, which it should have. Come to find out, Alice, sabotaged the gun because, like, yeah, you ain't killing my sister. Fuck you.
She just took one part out, so it seems like it's a fixable thing.
Yeah, but she's not gonna fix it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So who is this Sophia or Sophia? Sophia. I don't remember how they said it, but I know it's something like Sophia.
Are you gonna finish your thought, or are you just gonna say
like who is that?
I don't even know.
Like, I wonder. So when Rifle comes back to Alice and says the gun didn't kill her.
Oh, she said that whatever the fuck her name is gonna be pissed. Yeah, who knows? Who cares? We'll see.
So my friend and I have this theory. We don't really think that Alice is the big bad, and I feel like it's been pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So like it's been kind of like each episode is good, but the story that it's going along in, it's like, all right, let's get some progress here. All we have is, it was trying to get Padre to get that Alice was Beth and da-da-da, and that took fucking forever. And now it's kind of like, all right, let's get into what we're trying to get into. Because how much long, by the time we get to Crisis, we're at midterms. So I need to, and then once we come back from Crisis.
I think that we're like, let's get through Crisis and then we'll get going, which is kind of what was happening on every show, I think. It's like, we'll kind of like, kind of like in, I don't know how to explain this. The marching band terms, they're marking time, when you're just like standing in one place and like not actually moving, but like kind of like keeping time with your feet, but not actually going anywhere. Kind of what they're doing right now. Then Crisis hits, and then boom, here we go. I'm thinking that's what's happening with all of these, because except for Black Lightning, because if Black Lightning, I feel like he's gonna have a very small role to play in Crisis, but I know he'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then we see apparently this whole, I don't know if it was the whole time or a piece of the time or whatever. I don't know where he's at, but Mouse has been disguised as Papa Kane. So yeah. Where's the real one at? They got him? Right. Is he dead? Knocked out? Locked in that basement?
In the same exact basement?
In the same exact basement. Wouldn't surprise me if Alice did that shit. She fucking crazy.
She'd be like, now you'll know, Daddy.
Yeah.
What I went through.
Exactamundo. But yeah. Anything else with the Batwoman?
Nah.
All right.
But also, she's gonna open up a gay bar across the street from that restaurant.
That's funny.
I'm so happy
I love it
for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pettiness. I love it.
It is. It's a very epic level of petty, and it's one that I fully support. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, before we move on to the next show, I just want y'all to know that this episode is brought to you by patreon.com/creationworld. Ever wondered if there's a way for you to support us? Well, now there is. You go to patreon.com/creationworld, throw us a few bucks. There's different tiers where you can offer us different amount of money and get different perks. There's things to go along with each perk, with each level of funds that you give. They're all worth it, trust me. So go check it out, patreon.com/creationworld. Any questions, just let us know. Of course, you don't have to throw us any money, but if you want to, we really appreciate it. Help keep the lights on, help keep this ball rolling. Thank you. Anyway, what show you want to hit next?
Black Lightning.
All right. Episode is called what?
The Book of Resistance, Chapter 1, Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Yes, she was. Let me just say this was the least sexy I've seen in this of the last 2 years. However many seasons. This is the third season, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, in the last 3 seasons, this is the least sexy that I've ever seen in Nissa. I still love her. This is just not her most sexy moment. So she's recording this goodbye message, and she's just like, blah, 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 And later on, we get them at Tavon's funeral. Then we get this moment from Lynn. And there's often times when Lynn annoys me. But this is one of those moments when I outwardly said, Lynn, shut the fuck up. When she was just like, I'm proud of you, Jeff. And, and this is like, what are you proud about? And she was like, well, because he didn't suit up as Black Lightning to avenge Tavon's death. And I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Right? They went off of her. Yeah, and it was yo, Lynn, you had that coming.
I was with him. Like, yo, fuck you. Oh, green light head ass motherfucker. Ugh. And then had the nerve, Mara. Had the nerve. The end of this episode, talk about she was fucking leaving.
Yo, she had that whole conversation seriously while high on green light.
I'm about to say she'd been pumping green light for weeks. Are you kidding me?
She would talk about doing shit that affects her and the kids, or her and the family.
Info to Tobias. And she wanted, you motherfucker. Like I said.
You finished? Oh, okay.
Like I said, normally she gets on my nerves, but this episode right here, the end, I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Leave. Bye.
You're like, I don't care no more. I don't give a damn.
Exactly. For a while, I felt for Jeff, like, no, man, you got to stay with him. I'm like, you know what? No. He's better off without you. Go away. Shit.
And I was also confused. I was like, when Lynn was talking about how she was upset about Jeff going out and doing burning the lightning bolt into the side of the ASA, I was like, when did you become so scared of Odell, Lynn?
It's a good question.
She was over here, telling him about himself.
Exactly.
Confronting, and all of a sudden,
big and bad with him last week.
Right now, all of a sudden, I hope he don't throw me in a cell. Why would he? He
ain't throwing nobody in the cell now, but
facts.
Nigga dead.
I'm unsure if that was satisfying or not.
It wasn't really satisfying, but it was more of a, all right, cool, bye. Like, there are cats fighting outside.
There's cats by your side?
Fighting outside.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Happens every now and then. It's funny to me. None of them ever end up dead, though. So, is it really?
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not fighting. Maybe they're mating.
Nah, that was a fight because I've seen it. My thing is, if it's not to the death, is it a real fight?
Why wouldn't it be? Maybe it's just a turf fight.
Is it really combat if it's not Mortal Kombat?
I think so.
True combat is to the death, Mara. Because how do you know if you really won if you didn't kill the guy?
I guess.
Because to them, after they wake up, say you knock them out. If they wake up to them, man, maybe the fight ain't over yet and they coming back. But if you win and you kill them.
Nah, once you go down, fight's over.
That's what you think. They might want vengeance.
Nope, no vengeance. It's against the rules.
Some of these niggas don't follow the rules, Mara.
Don't care, so then you suffer the consequences.
There's some out there like Lala who don't stay down. And then those people with dead people tattoos on their body and shit.
I have nothing to say about that. We haven't seen Lala in a few weeks.
That's true. That's true. Wonder where he is. Anyway, so she comes at Jeff with the nonsense. Jeff ain't with it. Report a trick, chick. Why'd I call her a trick? Like, that's fucked up. I didn't mean that. I swear, y'all. I didn't mean to call her a trick. But tried to come at Jeff's head like, yo, what are you gonna? How do you feel? And you know, and this is like, hey, back up, bitch. Like, it's just like, dude, what is wrong with you? And yeah, so that happens. We got, you know, I talked about Lynn being a hypocrite. Anissa's not doing well with this poison. It's suppressing her powers. It's basically killing her. Well, not basically, it is killing her.
Yeah.
We got that resistance meeting. We're like, yo, we got to get our message out there. I'm like, oh yeah, clearly they're gonna get it with this reporter chick. Somebody had to do something. She's like, oh, it's a risk. I don't, you know, why do I have to take this risk? I'm like, yo, we're all taking risks. Blah 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 blah. We see that Tobias actually has contact with the outside world, which is why he ends up blackmailing Lynn, and she goes along with it because, you know, she's a hypocrite. And then we got this argument with Jeff and Anissa about whose fault Tavon's death is. They're both blaming themselves, but it's more of Anissa just trying to get rid of Jeff because she's dying and don't want him to know. Then she passes out. She lies to Grace about it. Poison's getting worse. And then we got Jennifer snooping around this Brandon kid's house, and god damn it, Mara.
Yes.
These goddamn wigs, Mara. Goddamn wigs. They gave her a completely different wig now. Like, she got different hair, a different wig. The wigs don't even match anymore, Mara. When did her hair get all the way down the side of her back?
When she walked through this dude's door, I was like, yo, who the fuck is this?
Like,
and then she turned around. I was like, Jet? Like, I was like, here they go with these wigs again.
They don't even match anymore. They got us switching wigs every episode now, Mara. What the fuck? And normally stuff like that really doesn't bother me that much, Mara. Until this show. Until this show. The wigs really in TV and movies didn't really bother me. I knew they were there. You know, like the wigs in your favorite show, Game of Thrones, you know. The wigs on Amelia Clark. We know that's a wig. But it really didn't bother me that much. This one, though. It's like the wig on Khalil. I knew it was there, and I knew it was bad, but it didn't bother me as much as this one does. like, it's like they're not even trying, Mara.
No.
They're like, "Oh, where's the one she was wearing last time? I don't know. Grab another one out the pile." Like,
they're like, "Wait, that's from a character from like season 1, episode 3, like just some random obscure extra," and then it's like, and then it was just like, "Nah, just grab that one. It's fine."
it's just Anyway, she's looking through his shit and sees like, oh, he's been tracking Lynn. Like, yo, why are you stalking my mama? Apparently, he's tracking that other doctor lady, the crazy one. What the fuck is her name? The other one, the evil one.
Dr. Jace.
Yeah, Dr. Evil Lady Jace. Yeah. See, then we get a little interaction with Bald Nigga and Jeff when he goes to the house. Like, how you think you can just do that without any consequence? And Jeff's like, yeah, fuck you. We talked about that already. We talked about Lynn just giving in to Tobias already because she's a hypocrite.
Yo, Tobias' head looks super big now that his body's not as big.
He's always had a big head.
Yeah, I know, but now it looks even bigger because his body is smaller.
Is it because his body is smaller or just because of the clothes he's wearing?
Maybe both.
Yeah. So Anissa has this moment where she almost dies. So Grace calls Gamby. Gamby can cure her now because, TV. And so during this whole episode, there's been this whole infiltration thing going on with the Markovians and this teleporting dude helping them out. And they think they got some shit, but, Bald Nigga's like, I got you. You're trapped and all this. But then he ends up getting shot. The nigga dead. And then we get Gamby discovering that Khalil's grave is empty. Dun, dun, dun. And then we already talked about Lynn leaving because she on that shit, and that's it.
That was wild. That was a wild ass ending. I couldn't believe that was the ending.
Yeah. Once again, I don't like Lynn. Anything else with Black Lantern before we move on to our final episode of the week?
No.
Cool.
I just love that my last note was like, Lynn is seriously having this conversation while high on green light.
Yeah, she on that shit. So we're going to move on to our Supergirl.
Which was probably my favorite episode of the entire week.
Yeah, man, it featured your favorite person in the world. Well, we know how much you love Lena. And I'm sure you were very happy because,
I was very pleased that they didn't make this go on forever.
I thought you were just more pleased that, there's minimal Kelly and there's minimal Jimmy because, you don't like the black people on the show. So.
No, that's not a problem. But I almost thought we had to throw Kelly in the trash can for a second. I thought for a moment we were going to have to throw her in the trash. And I was like, nope.
Of course you did. Of course you did. It's only a matter of time before you hated her too.
No, because I was about to say, why do y'all keep doing this to Alex?
Who is y'all?
The writers.
One black person got a problem with it, and all of a sudden it's y'all.
No, that's not what I said.
I can read between the lines. I know what you meant.
There was no lines to read between.
Oh, yeah, I do. I read them. There were multiple lines there, and I'm like, right there. Mara hates the black people.
That's not what I said.
You didn't have to.
That's not the message that was being conveyed.
Too late. It's already out there. They know the truth. Episode name is what?
Tremors.
Yeah. So it kicks off with Supergirl training with Jean.
I really hate when Kara is doing like training fighting and she does like that jump in the air thing and does like a backflip in the air because it makes it so obvious that she's on wire. Because she just turned, like, I don't know, it just bothers me so much.
That's interesting.
But it's not like the actor's fault. That's more of like just like stunts and visual effects.
I know you're not blaming her for it. I mean,
it just bothers me so much.
It's one of those things.
It's so noticeable.
It's one of those things I accept when I'm watching a show with a character that flies. It's just there are going to be moments where it's like, yeah, you're on wires right now. It's fine.
I wish they stopped making her do that move then.
But how else would they show that she uses the skill of her flight along with her fighting skills?
I don't know. Figure something else out.
You have her do that like Ken and Ryu spinning tornado kick thing. Because I'm sure she could do it. So yeah, in the middle of this training, Jean gets like this weird mental attack and he's like incapacitated for a while. Then Leviathan shows up at Lena's place like, yo, give me that medallion. And Lena's like, fuck you.
Yo, when she showed off her security, I was like, wait, you have that kind of security system and you're not trying to market that shit? I was like, for Abysmal, that's a dumb move.
I mean, when you're already a millionaire, what do you care?
I'm just saying.
Actually, she's a Luthor. She's like a trillionaire. She don't give a shit. She ain't got to market that. She's just like,
I'm sitting here thinking, like, what could be the next money move?
Here's the thing: if she puts that out there, that means the mass market has it, which means normal people can research it and penetrate it. If she's going on with it, she's truly secure because it's one of a kind.
I guess.
Let's see. So we're talking about Leviathan showing up at our house for the medallion. She says, fuck y'all. Then she's at the DEO. Like, look, this motherfucker, aliens and shit. Let's go back a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, she realizes that she needs some weapons from Lex, and she knows they're in the Fortress of Solitude. She's like, oh, I got to get in the fortress and shit.
And then she fucking invites Lena.
Well, this is Lena that's saying this. This is before they even meet the DEO. I'm talking. That's why I said let's go back a little. She's talking to Tessmacher at this point. So then we get a little background on Leviathan. So apparently they're aliens. And their ship crash landed on Earth a long ass time ago and killed the dinosaurs because,
just to establish a timeline.
Yeah. So they've been here since the dinosaurs died. They've been protecting the planet from the humans and their destructive ways all this time. Not sure why, but that's what they've been doing. And later on, the Leviathan boss attacks Lena, like shaking the ground and shit. He's one of those dudes who's like, just always showing up in shows as this random bad guy. I don't know his name, but I've seen him a million times.
Yeah, he's always not the good guy in something.
Yeah. And, Supergirl saves her. And we get the term Earthbender from Brainy later on, which is fun.
Right. That made me laugh.
Yeah. Like, well, what else would you call him?
It's like, I don't know, but I felt like this week was a lot of earth bending.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, like, yo, this is what it is. Supergirl's like, all right, come with me to the fortress and find out what Lex has up there. Because, Lena casually mentions that Lex has weapons, but they're all gone. And Supergirl's like, oh, no, they're not. Superman has some up here. Dumbass.
Right. When she said a Luthor in the Fortress of Solitude, I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's really effing crazy.
Yeah. So then Brainy and Alex get a lead on Rip Roar, but it's, a trap, of course. Some shit goes off. Alex is down. She's got a concussion. Something happens to Brainy too. His little inhibitor is like, no longer functioning properly.
Because it got smashed in.
Yeah. So there's that. But in the Fortress of Solitude, the Fortress almost kills Lena, which is funny to me.
L protocol.
Yeah. Like Luthor, hand over this thing and this thing and this thing.
It was the watch, the transport, the portal watch, and a kryptonite ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that. It's like, I don't have those things. I'm not Lex. I'm like,
and while she was like, right, and then when they kept insisting, I was like, yo, she got one of those. Yeah. She got one or both of those things on her.
Like, she has that shit. The whole like protected that shit. That's why they told him to hand it over. Like,
and I was like, yo, Kara, they're giving you every red flag in the book, and you literally just like, no, I must help her.
So yeah, the Fortress tells them about Leviathan, and like, all right, let's go. And then they're like, oh, let me send the message to Brainy. And she does something to the computer though instead, and she like has it so it connects to her and does what she says now.
And that was also sus as fuck.
Like, yeah, can I use? I've never interfaced with blah 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 before. She just lets her do it. Like, why would you do that? And even so, like, even if she did trust her, like, how do you know the computer would trust her? Like, maybe the computer would try to kill her again. You know what I mean? Like, how would you let that happen?
Like,
if you care about your friend, you wouldn't let her do that shit.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Kryptonians are dumb as fuck, bro. So after all this, for some reason, Kelly's tripping, so she dumps Alex.
And that's where I started going, oh, y'all are doing this again.
Yeah, so that happens. But Brady interferes and like, yo, I know what Leviathan is. Let's go get these niggas. And she just kind of goes, Alex just kind of goes along with him. There's this weird mind control thing that's up in the Fortress, which is what Lena really wants. And she does finally get it. But when she gets it, she's just no longer subtle. And this is the part I was really trying to get to, but Mara's busy. I'm guessing that Luna had to go to the potty, which I don't think she really did. I think Luna just didn't want to go to sleep because kids are hard-headed like that. So we're gonna talk about this Earthbender dude whose name I don't know, who kind of looks like Mike O'Malley. Y'all remember Mike O'Malley? You ever watch Guts on Nickelodeon? Do you have it? Do you have it? Guts. Yeah. Like you had somebody in blue and somebody in red. Had these competitions. I always wanted to be on Guts when I was a kid. I was an athlete when I was a kid. I'm like, yo, I could beat these kids. Like they had that thing where they, for some reason, had a paddle, and like they had like a little cord that was attached to it. They had to run across water and use the paddle to get across the water while they ran across the water. It was so weird to me. I don't know what they thought their feet were really doing. It was all the paddle moving them across the water, but they had to move their feet and run on the water. So weird. I didn't understand. And then like later episodes, like they had moon shoes. Y'all remember moon shoes? I always wanted moon shoes, but like they had to like run across this like track with moon shoes on. I don't know why I'm sitting here talking about Guts to you right now, but I guess we're just wasting time until Mara comes back. Oh, I think nope. Is she there? But then there was the aggro crag, because they cried me aggro crag. They had the rocks falling on them and shit, and they're like, "You back?"
Yes.
All right, cool.
The aggro crag.
Well, I was talking about Leviathan dude and how he looked like a Mike O'Malley a little bit. and then it kind of moved on to Guts because he was the host of Guts. And,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, Earthbender dude shows up at the
Fortress.
Solitude.
Shocker.
What's his name?
Rama Khan.
Say that again.
Rama Khan.
Not Shaka Khan, Rama Khan.
Yeah.
Got you. Not Comic Con, Rama Khan.
No.
Got you. So that happens. They end up beating him because, Lena grabs that gun and supersonic blasts him while Supergirl super breaths him. And afterwards, Lena's got the little mind control shit. And this is when she finally admits that she's been using Supergirl.
Yep. When she was just like, oh, well, you caught me. I was just like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Like, oh, she caught you. What did she catch you doing, Lena? Tell us what she caught you doing. And she told us. I'm like, oh. Because I thought she was going to find some weird way around it at first. And I'm like, oh, wait. No, she telling me.
Nah. The second the story started going to, we need a weapon of Lex's. It's in the Fortress of Solitude. And the second Lena got invited, I was like, yep, this is it. This has got to be it, because we all know there's going to be something up there that she's going to want to take.
Well, we knew that already, because she said she needed to go up there when she was talking to Tessmacher.
Right.
Yeah. So apparently she had reprogrammed the computer to attack Supergirl. And she gives her whole long sob story about how she, didn't trust anybody, didn't trust people, and blah, 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 blah. And the whole time I'm like, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you.
When
you
she kept
just
saying,
mad
like,
because you didn't know everything.
Right. And it was just kind of like, when she was like, I'm using you the way you used me. And it was like,
but she didn't use you. Like, that's
right. We were just like, used you how?
Like, she didn't use you at all. She just didn't tell you that she was Supergirl.
Right? And then it was like, bro, like, that's not our fault. And then when she was talking about how I killed my brother for you guys, I was like,
oh, you killed your brother because he was an evil piece of shit.
Right. Like, that wasn't my doing. Like, no one was like, oh, yeah, kill him.
Yeah. Like Supergirl thought he was dead already. So
it was just like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought he fell and died. And you gonna tell me, oh, in actuality, you murdered him?
Which he's actually not dead because the monitor took him away. But
right.
Anyway, so all that happened, and she left Supergirl trapped in the fortress, like kryptonite little blockish things. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not a villain. Like, yes, you are, you evil motherfucker.
What was it? I said, Kara, you gotta take her out. Like, fuck all that noise. You gotta take her out. Like, like that's the end of it. Like, there's no getting back through to her anymore.
Exactly. Like, so you just grab her and fly off into space, to suffocate and die, and you just let her go up there. You just go back to Earth.
I was gonna say shake her. I thought you were gonna say shake her, but
No, it would be less painful. She just flies up into space. She freezes and dies real quick, and then you just go back to Earth.
And then when she was like, shouldn't have treated me like a villain, I was like, who did that?
Yeah, exactly.
You're acting like a whole villain.
Who treated you like that? Who?
Lena has, like, I've started to really realize this. Lena has a real victim complex.
Definitely.
But then swears that she does take care of herself and fights for herself. But at the same time, she has a very big victim complex. Like, everything is always against her and personally against her.
Exactly. Every time something happens, it's because they were personally attacking her. And it's just like, no, this wasn't even about you. Like, you were around, but it wasn't about you. It's like when old girl took the little medallion thing. She did it to save her pappy. It wasn't because she said, fuck Lena, I'm going to save my pappy. It was just, I'm going to save my daddy. Right.
She was like, she pretty much got mad at Andrea because she chose her dad over, because she loved her dad more than she loved her.
Yeah. And it was one of those things, either save my father, like save his life, or let you get this little trinket for your memory of your mother. You know, one seems a bit more important than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. So then, while John's trying to figure out what's wrong with him, he realizes him and his bro just got to have a talk, and him and his bro have a real deep talk in that little lab, and I guess they cool now because they hugged
in Lena's lab.
Yeah.
It's, also, that was another giveaway that I figured that Lena's plans were going to come undone, or at least show that she's not really on their side. Was going to come out because when John was connecting with his father, however the hell he was doing that, you know, when he was talking about Malefic is here downtown, and you know, you got to help him, all that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so we're getting really close to figuring out what Lena's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll go full villain after this, and yeah, at least that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I guess, you know, the bros are cool as fuck now, so. And then
yeah, that was mad easy.
Yeah.
The way that he convinced him.
And then Alex and Kelly are cool as fuck now too. They didn't break up. So yeah. Okay.
And then I said, yeah, Kara is still in the fortress.
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath it, it says Jadakiss laugh.
That was a very New York thing for you to do right there. But
yep, because that was the first thing I heard when I saw her crying in that ice cell thing.
My whole thing with the whole Alex and Kelly being back together thing, like, yo, nothing changed. Everything that Kelly had a problem with is still there.
Right.
Nothing's any different. So why?
Now you just gotta reassure her to make her feel better.
Like, I don't see anything different now. So if you say so.
Good for them, though.
Dun, dun, dun. And that was the end of Supergirl. You got anything else?
No.
Cool. Who's winning this week?
Lena.
Yeah, 100%. Like 100. Who's losing?
I'm kind of in between Kara, Lynn, and Anissa.
See, I was going to say Oliver and John. They just got captured.
True.
And Kara is one of those things, like, you know, she just kind of left her there, so she's going to get out. But, like, we don't know what's going to happen to Oliver and John.
True. But, I mean, like, it's like Kara is, like, with all that, and then it's, like, not knowing what's going to happen going forward. Because it's not like she knows exactly what Lena is going to use Myriad for.
This is true.
And now she has to go back and tell everyone, like, yeah, Lena's not one of us no more. And she apparently hasn't been for a while.
Yeah. Cool. Well, you know, I think that's going to be it for this week. Yeah. So don't forget, those of you who love Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow, we have a Facebook group that you can go to and continue the discussion. We try to, you know, start talks while the episodes are on live. You know, I'm there. Talk to me. I'll talk to myself. I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, you know. It's more fun when other people are talking with me about it while it's happening. While I complain about Jennifer's wigs. But what's that group, Mar?
Facebook.com/groups/Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow.
And also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Create Your World. It's all this. It's what all this is under. Create Your World. If you're a wrestling fan, there's another group. Join that. Facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. and listen to that podcast. Watch that show. Don't forget we're available here on Facebook or on YouTube. Also, podcast services everywhere. I believe that's it. Oh, no, that's not it. Follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT, as well as Creation World at The Creation World on both Twitter and Instagram. Hey, Shark, where can they find you?
Always on Twitter and Instagram at Mara the Shark. That's MARADASHARK.
Also, we talked about it earlier. If you want to throw us some bucks, support us. Patreon.com/Creation World. CREATIA World. I think that'll be it. Believe so. Oh, if you want some merch, we got some merch too. CreationWorld.com. Go there, click merchandise. Got some shirts there. Grab the Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow shirt. It's cool. Check that out. Yeah, we'll end that here though. We'll see you next week. Until then, we out.
Later, same time, next place.